Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kamira and this is my review for Married at First Sight Couples Cam and Married at First Sight Season 12, Where Are They Now? That episode. The way they showed us tonight was Couples Cam first and then the Where Are They Now episode after. I'm going to kind of do it kind of reversed because I did not have tons of notes for the Couples Cam this episode because it was only 1 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Where Are They Now episode first, and then I'll go ahead and cut to the Couples Cam towards the end of the video. Okay? I can kind of say I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed Where Are They Now and Paige, her scenes, a whole lot more than I did her on Married at First Sight. So I enjoyed that portion. Everything else I could have kind of done without. I did enjoy Brianna and Vincent's, their scenes, but Eric and Virginia, Haley and Jacob, Claire and Ryan, I could have kind of done without it, just being honest. But let's go ahead and get into the episodes. For the Where Are They Now episode, it has been 4 months since decision day for the couples and the singles. So first up, we see the ladies, Clara, Brianna, and Haley meet up. Brianna talks about, having this 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and they're looking for a house right now. And she says that they're going to figure out the budget once they find the house. How about we figure out the budget first and then find a house? But okay. They're talking about, debating between the city and the suburbs. That is definitely a thing that I'm considering, thinking about moving. Also, I've been in the city for so long. It's just like, something new is kind of scary to me. But anyway, back to them. Claire discusses her vow renewal, how they're going to have it on New Year's Eve. She says that Ryan makes more money than she does, and they're going to be inviting all of their castmates. Brianna says that Chris has been around her and Vincent. So I kind of want to know, what's that dynamic like? Is Brianna letting Vincent just deal with Chris, or is she kind of interacting with him as well and kind of holding him accountable, or just being like, my business, whatever? I kind of just wonder about that. Jake says, they're not on good terms, and they are signing the divorce papers together. Next scene, we see Brianna and Vincent talking about going to a boxing class or something. They have a smoothie and talk about house hunting. Okay, that's kind of a quick scene there. Next scene, we see Paige and her friend Nancy going to get pedicures. I went and got me one today. I wrote down that I don't know if it's her makeup or what, but Paige looks good. I can't put my finger on what it was, because she looks really good this episode. Chris was tripping looking at her. What? She's cute, okay? But anyway, she claims she has changed her number, and I put allegedly in my notes because I don't believe it. So a friend set her up on a date. The guy she's going on a date with, he watched the show. He knows how she looks. He was attracted to her and kind of felt like she deserved better. And I agree, she does. She was optimistic about the date. She says he is a realtor, but she wants to take more time, and not ignore red flags and kind of redefine who she is as a person. And like I wrote in my notes, she looks pretty. I don't know if it's her skin, her makeup. I don't know, but she looks really good. Yeah, see, Chris gonna regret that at some point. That's what I think. Anyway, next scene, we see Ryan and Clara. Ryan talks about how it was so natural to say that he loved Clara. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired a little bit. He said it was natural to tell her that he loves her. If it was so natural and felt so natural, why did it take Kevin asking you to tell her before you told her? But okay. Next scene, we see Eric and Virginia. They're ex-throwing with friends. You know, the friends tried to kind of give them some encouraging words. He just said, you know what, don't try to change her too much and try to find ways to meet in the middle. Eric was just like, yeah, I love who she is, blah, 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 blah. He gave you the advice. Take it. Stop talking. Next thing, Haley and Jacob have signed the divorce papers. And you know what? So I have a question. My question is, so on decision day, if you say divorce, does the show help you finalize the divorce? Because I remember like Iris and Keith, she was saying like a year later, they were still like going through like mediation to kind of get the divorce still. And that other lady, with the basketball player, it was like the same thing. I mean, I guess it's like by state, but like I wonder how that works if you decide to get a divorce on decision day, and if you decide to get a divorce after decision day, like what's the process for that? Just curious. They both toast to freedom. She wants to be friends with Jake, but he's over it. Like, she keeps talking and talking, trying to make herself look better, but he's over it. He's just like, okay. He has a date. And I was like, I knew somebody was gonna be in Jake DMs, but he say somebody set them up, so I don't know. Next we see Brianna and Vincent. They are going house hunting. They're gonna be looking for a house, and it was funny like watching them in the confessionals because Brianna was just like giving her list of things. She wants 3 to 4 bedrooms, a basement, an island, a 2-car garage, a walk-in closet. She needs more space. She said other things, I didn't catch it, but I was just like, Looking at Vincent's face was just like, who paying for all this? In my opinion. They saw a house. It was nice. They kept talking about open concept. I did not think the house had an open concept because of the way the walls were situated. If that wall wasn't there, it would be more open, but it was a nice house for sure. They discussed that the mortgage for this house would be between $1,400 and $1,700. So I want to say the house had to be like a maybe it's like $200,000 home with that mortgage rate. But anyway, he said right now he pays, $1,800 for the 1-bedroom. So, I mean, I do know for sure you can pay more for rent than you would pay for a mortgage in Atlanta, for sure. So they both like the house, but it's kind of far from her work because she has to be on construction sites, and her sites are in Atlanta, in the city. So it will kind of be an almost hour drive to kind of get back and forth, and that can be a lot. An hour going and an hour coming, that's a lot. Brianna says, it's the perfect home, but just not the perfect location. And I agree. Like, it was kind of far. That would be a lot to do after you got a hard day at work. Then you got to drive a whole hour to get home. That would be a lot, I think. But okay, next thing. Next we see Jake meeting up with Eric to get flowers for his date. She's going to be coming over to his house. I think he may be trying to figure out like if she's going to be just super turned off, like how Haley was about his house. That was pretty much it for that scene. Next scene, we see Paige on her date. The guy's name was Styles. They're going to be doing like wine tasting, I guess. You know what? It reminded me of like a Kroger I've seen that have like different, like beers and wines. You can just kind of like taste a little bit before you buy it. It kind of reminded me of that, but it was wine tasting. I've never been wine tasting before, but I guess that's what it would look like. And he said he thinks she's beautiful. Like, and so do I. He was nervous. He asked, how you're doing. She was like, you know what? I'm managing. And she says that, he says he knew she deserved more than what she got on the show. Absolutely. Yes. Paige says it took a lot for her to even get ready to go on a date, and that she won't let that bad experience on the show define her. And I'm like, okay. She was wondering, will he like her? And I felt like, it sucks that Chris kind of has this in her mind where, like, I'm on this date, but, like, do you think I'm cute? Is he attracted to me? Like, she may have those type of questions in her mind now from dealing with Chris, and I think that kind of sucks. But she had a deal-breaking question for him. She was like, can you play spades? He was like, no. And I was just like, what? Black card revoked. But they talk about, you know, dogs and having kids, and at the end of the day, she said she liked him. You know, she was having fun. And I said, you know what? She deserves to have fun. We deserve to see her having fun, just not being so broken down. And you know how she looked on a show with Chris. They took a picture together to send to her friends, because you know us friends be like, what he look like? Let me see. I do my friend like that. Like, let me see what he look like. So yeah, it was cute. And then they took the picture, and he was like, well, you know, I don't want to look silly, look next to a supermodel. And she was just laughing or smiling. I was just like, I like it. Please compliment her. Give her that confidence back. Give her everything that Chris took from her, okay? Even though, like, it can't all come from this guy, I know that it's going to come from her doing her own work, too. But, you know, go ahead and gas her up a little bit. I'm here for it, okay? Next next scene, we see Eric and Virginia. They decided to get a trainer for Rocky. And I'm glad that she wasn't so, like, this my dog, yeah, you know, and she was open to having a trainer for the dog. Great for them. Next, we see Clara and Ryan go to an event space to kind of get ready for the vow renewal. It's gonna be $8,000 just for the space. They discuss finances, combining finances, and honestly, Ryan still looks uncomfortable. He was just like, sure, to whatever she said. And I was just like, why are y'all doing a vow renewal? But okay. Next, we see Jake's on his date. His date comes over. He thought she was cute, and she thought the same thing about him. She liked the 80s stuff. She liked the nerd stuff. She had other nerd things to say to him about, I forgot what it was, but she had nerd stuff too to talk about. She liked his neon lights, and Haley was just like, ew, he has neon lights. This girl was just like, oh, so cool, I like that. So that was good for him. She liked his beard, and Jacob does look better after the show than he did on the show. He has his beard done grew out. It's like salt and pepper. He got his little mohawk. Now, I'm not really liking the mohawk, but you know, them girls do. So yeah. They got into the hot tub because somebody told her to bring a bathing suit, and she did. So, okay, that was cute in the hot tub. Go ahead, give it to Jake. And I think it'll be good for Haley to see, like, somebody else like him. And, like, you were just tripping. Like, girl, a neon light is a neon light. But anyway, next we see Brianna and Vincent. She's cooking. He comes home from work. You know, she said that him saying how much he appreciates her and the things that she does makes her want to do those things more. And I think that's most women, you know, when you hear that appreciation from your guy, it makes you want to do that and more. And probably work for guys too, the same way, I'm sure. They discussed housing in the distance, and they thought that, you know, maybe their forever home may not be their first home that they buy. They discussed, you know, what they want to do in a year from now, 5 years from now, and then 10 years from now. Basically, they want to end up traveling, having their kids. He wants 3. She wants 4. She wants to get her engineering license. And Vincent wants his business to flourish. And I want that for him as well. Okay? Next, we go back. This scene. Okay, we see Eric and Virginia. Virginia wraps Eric's head in, like, plastic wrap and puts peanut butter on it. And I was just like, help me understand. And it reminded me so much of Kev on Stage and Angel. They be like, that's some Wahite mess. And it reminded me of that because that was some Wahite mess. Like, what are you doing here? Next we see Haley meeting with her friend. Talk about how it's nobody's fault that it didn't work out and that she has learned so much about herself. And I was just like what? I pretty much put blah, blah, blah. She gonna be a bridesmaid again. Okay, next scene. Next thing we see Ryan and Clara. And I like how Ryan has on his Black Lives Matter t-shirts. I think it was kind of unfortunate seeing people's response to that, saying, you know, that he wasn't black or he didn't want to be black. Like, how do you know that? Like, that's unnecessary. They discussed the vow renewal. I wrote down that I'm bored watching this scene, but she's going to be doing DIY projects to kind of help him with the cause because he's paying more than she's going to be paying. Again, Ryan is just like, sure. Clara said they agree on the fundamental stuff. I'm like, fundamental stuff. I'm like, you talking about Pinterest and like DIY projects? That's the fundamentals. Okay. Okay. Next scene, we're almost done. Next thing, we see all the girls meet up, and I wrote, I love Brianna's natural hair. Oh my goodness, it reminds me of my hair when it was like long like that. She had it in a ponytail and it was just long and flowy. It's so cute. So it's basically a divorce party for Haley. They're gonna be trying to hook up Jake and Haley with somebody that they know. Paige says her date was nice. It was a breath of fresh air. They had a good time. Regina was just like, what's his sign? How much money he make? What kind of car he drive? How much is the rent? She was asking him like 20 questions to kind of make sure he wasn't crazy. Like, Chris. She says they have a second date planned for the following day after this scene. Go Paige. Go Paige. But then they talking about, oh, how strong she is again. I don't really like the whole like, oh, Paige is so strong. It's like, you don't want to be strong all the time. You also want other things. You want to be able to be a little bit softer. You want to be able to be like loved and cared for and like shown affection. You know, you want the man to lead the household. That was her whole thing anyway, you know. But like, you don't want to, I don't like people always saying how she's so strong, because no. That can kind of get tired. You can be tired of hear that. But anyway, all right, next we see the guys meet up. Jake talks about his hot tub date. They have a second date coming up with the girl. And, you know, they said they're doing great. They're talking about kids, having kids no time soon, but they definitely want them. And they kind of all, that was pretty much everybody. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. They all kind of cheers to good times, friendship, all that good stuff. And that was it. I definitely wish them well, everybody, especially Paige. I think she looked awesome. She looked flawless on a date. They were outside. Her makeup was on point. Her hair was cute. Her smile was cute. Her dress, her skin was cute. I hope, you know, if it's not that guy on the date she was on a date with, I think there's going to be somebody in her DM just like, look, I saw what you went through. I would never. And, you know, I hope she finds her person or her person finds her and that she's open to it. You know, I hope that by the time they come, she has healed and done her work and she'll be ready. But yeah. Okay, couples couch. Couples Cam, we did not get to see all 13 couples. We saw about maybe 5 or 6 couples this episode. Let's go ahead and go through the couples that we did get a chance to see. We saw Miles and Karen. They were taking a trip to his hometown in South Carolina. For some reason, Miles calls Karen Killer. I wish you would kind of tell us, how did he get that nickname? I know I was watching somebody's review and they were just like, I hate that he calls her that. I mean, I don't really care, but I know a nickname somebody had for me once before was like Boosie, and I don't know where he got it from, but it was just a nickname, so whatever. So yeah, they talked about, you know, the age difference because they went to his high school and she was 27 and he's 27, sorry, and she's 31, and like she would kind of be graduating from school and he would be going to like his freshman year of school. So like, you know, she was kind of hung up on the age difference at some point. Miles kind of had it where all of the little signs where they were going would say, hey, welcome Killer to our neighborhood, our neck of the woods. I mean, it was cute. I thought they were, you know, they kind of seemed more in sync than they did on the show. They really do. Miles did not think his mom was going to make it, due to COVID, but Karen surprised him and had his mom meet him there. He got kind of emotional. He was definitely surprised, and that was a pretty good scene. I liked her doing something for him. I really did. Let's see. We also see Beth and Jamie. It is their 2-year anniversary. They both have things planned for each other. Beth has a parasailing date for them, and we'll get to Jamie's gifts later. So Beth wants to go parasailing, and I would have thought she had done it before, but she had not. She did not like parasailing. She was kind of freaking out a little bit, like, get me off of here. And honestly, during that scene, all I could think about was the Who Killed Sarah on Netflix, and how the girl was in a parachute and like it was cut. I was like, I wouldn't do it. Yes, okay. And so for Jamie's gift, towards the end of the episode, he proposed to her again. He re-proposed with a ring, and he asked her to marry him again. So that was pretty cool. I could really kind of do without most of these couples, but that was a nice scene with them. We also saw Stephanie and AJ. Nothing really. It really does seem like Couples Cam is like them vlogging different things that they're doing. Pretty much all they did was go to Key West and do some snorkeling and like in the air. I mean, not in the air, in the water, snorkeling, skydiving. Not skydiving, girl. Snorkeling. Yeah, that was pretty much it for them. Nothing else there. We see Danielle and Bobby. They did welcome the baby boy home. He's so cute little baby. But Bobby has to leave for 5 days for work, and Danielle has to juggle, having the babies, the newborn and the other little baby at home. Being a full-time mom, and it is definitely a full-time job. Okay, let's see who else we have. We have Ashley and Anthony. This is a couple that I did not watch their season, I don't think, but like I don't really like or care to see them on the show. But okay. Ashley and Anthony, they're having another baby, another little girl. She's in the hospital. She has a second epidural. Because the first one did not work. She wanted to have a third epidural, but she had run out of time, so it has to end up being a natural birth. I noticed that the doctors were way more supportive to her than they were to me when I was in the hospital having my son. I did also have an epidural, but all the doctor said was, don't move. And I was like, I wasn't moving, but he was like, don't move, don't be scared. I was just like, okay. So I see a difference. But anyway, next couple we see are Brianna and Vincent. It starts off, she's like, Vincent is cheating on me. We all like, wait, what? But turns out that it's Cookie. Cookie seems to like Vincent a little bit more than Brianna. So they have like a little contest to see who she gonna go to, Cookie. And Brianna had dog treats in her pocket. So, of course, Cookie went to Brianna. It reminds me of like the little challenge they had on TikTok. Like they had the kid in the middle, and then like the two parents would run, and you got to figure out which parent the kid gonna run to. It reminded me of that, and I was just like, that's kind of reminded me of how they may be with kids. And I feel like if they have a little girl, oh my goodness, she's gonna be all up under him. Probably a little boy too. They love their daddies. But let's see, what else did we get? We also did get a little glimpse of Amani and Woody. They went on a swamp tour. I wrote they were just the little cutest. They're just so cute together. I don't know. They look like they just match. I don't know. Woody was excited. He feeds the alligators. Amani was just like, it's too close. It's too close. And you guys, that was pretty much it for Couples Cam. They did, on this episode, we did not get a chance to see Jeffy and Shawnice, Keith and Christine. We did not see Deanna and Greg. Who else did we not see? We did not see Doug and Jamie. I said Jeffy and Shawnice. We didn't see Jess and Austin either on this episode. So they did show us previews for the next episode. And let's see. We're going to be seeing Deanna and Greg practicing on a doll baby, how to change diapers. Jamie talks about she needs more help with the kids. And Shawnice was just talking to Jeff D. Crazy on the previews. And yeah, that was pretty much it for Couples Cam. All right, you guys, that was the end of my review. I just did, what was it? Where Are They Now? And Couples Cam, and I am done. I just want to say thank you, and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment. I definitely love getting those emails like, oh, you got a comment. I'm like, oh, I do. Like, oh, yay. That's really exciting for me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all on the next one. Thank you. Bye.